Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Sunday sermon. As you see, things are a little different. I'm having a computer problem, so I must use my second unit today. But St. James is here, and he is ready. So let us just begin. Good morning, everyone. I want to thank you for allowing me to speak this morning. I was one of the most blessed people to have ever lived a life. I was chosen to be one of those close to Jesus when he walked the earth. You can't imagine what it was like. Jesus had the most incredible personality. He had love in his eyes. When you looked into those eyes, you absolutely knew that he was someone so very special. Jesus spoke to us. He spoke to the people. Jesus told us many things. Many things were not recorded. Jesus told us what it would be like when we joined him in heaven. He told us that it would be the most incredible place that anyone could imagine. He told us that no one could ever imagine the grandeur of heaven, that to be with him in that place was very, very special. He told us that everyone would join him in heaven. He wanted people to live a good life. If people lived that good life, they would have a miraculous life in heaven. He told us that our lifetimes as we walk the earth would be relatively short. He told us that our lives would have many problems. He told us that there would be much brutality. He also told us that there would be a time that he would be leaving. We didn't truly understand everything that he was speaking. You see, we weren't educated either. There were a few in the group that could read. There were several that could keep track that could write, do numbers, keep track of the money. Everyone had a role to play. He would tell us to gather folks around him so that he could speak. He said that he was very special. He said that he could perform miracles, and that if we could bring people to him, that he would perform miracles and prove that he was very special. He spoke of a one God. You see, in those days, the Romans spoke of many gods, as you know. The Romans highly resented the fact that we spoke of a single God and that we did not worship their multiple deities. The Jewish community was very strong. They worked with the Romans. The Romans didn't want any uprising, so they generally did what the Jewish community wanted them to do. They referred to Jesus as the King of the Jews. Well, he wasn't. He really was the returning Messiah that they were waiting for, but they refused to acknowledge. The Jews, the high-ranking ones, resented Jesus. Jesus told us that we would be resented after he left. We thought that he would be with us for many years, but it was a very short time. We made the most of every day. We brought people to him and we gave him the opportunity to speak because we knew that when Jesus spoke, people would listen. He performed miracles. He did many things. You see, he wasted no time in those 3 years. Now, all of you out there have got relatively short lifetimes. Your soul lives forever, but a human life is very short. Just as Jesus did not waste any time, I would suggest that you don't waste any time as well, because your time is very limited. Help others. Do all of the things that God asks of you. He doesn't ask that much. Stop and think about it. He's asked that you simply live a good life. You do unto others as you do unto you. If you don't want it done to you, don't do it to anybody else. If you don't want anger shown to you, don't show anger towards others. It's very difficult. You see, humans have very vivid emotions. They have egos. They have many feelings. Many individuals think that they're right in all ways. Well, they're not. Those are the people that allow their egos to control their lives. You see, once you allow your ego to control your life, it becomes very difficult for you. You think that you're the greatest. You think that you're the best, and you think that your ideas are the only ones that have any value. Oh, you think you're better than God. Many people don't believe in God because they only believe in their own egos. I want all of you to sit back this morning and think about how your ego is controlling your life. There are many of you that are listening that can control your egos. That's a great thing. Once you control your ego, then you can follow the advice of others. You can listen to what others say to you, and you can try to follow the simple commandments. Once you bow to your ego, then the words of God go away. The more you listen to your egos, the more you will choose not to follow the words of God. You are choosing to follow your own words. You see, God gave you free will, so you can do that. Free will can be the best gift or the worst gift. You can use your free will to follow the words of God, and it becomes a magnificent gift. You can use your free will to follow your ego, and it becomes a bad gift. A human life can be made very simple, or it can be made very complex. You see, you come back with a life plan. How you follow that life plan determines how you will be judged when you return and what other lessons you need to learn. You have much help to follow a life plan. When you pray, many of us hear. If you pray to me, I'll hear you. If you pray to God, he hears you. God hears all prayers. He has many angels. He has Holy Spirits. He has many ways to help influence your decisions. You see, if you don't believe in God, then you won't come to him for help. You won't ask through prayer for guidance. Everyone needs guidance. When you come into this earth, you know nothing. You learn. You're a baby. You're a child. Your parents teach you, and your parents are, through your early formative years, are your most important teachers. That's why we speak that a parent must show love and understanding towards their own children, that's the basic foundation that is required for humans to advance. The youth have to be taught. It's very easy for a child to let their egos determine their lives. Parents have to address their children with a simple truth. They have to tell them that they must learn, they must help others, and that they are not the most important person in the world. You see, children in public places try to attract attention. Humans can do that all through their lives. It may be that your ego is maintained the same as it was as a child as you grow up and as you age. You may have to be the center of attention. If you choose that, then your ego has taken over control. If your ego has taken over control, there are many, many other problems. Why do humans allow their egos to control their lives? That's a good question. Each of you, as we end the show today, I want you to sit back and contemplate the role that egos play in your lives. If you think that everything that comes out of your mouth is perfect, you got a problem. You see, God has sent you back with a guarantee that you're not perfect. You have to learn. You have to learn how free will works, and you have to learn what is needed to help others. He blesses many. He blesses many with wealth. He wants those people to use that wealth to help others. If you only use your wealth to help yourself or your family, then you're not using that blessing properly. He doesn't want you to give everything away and live in poverty. He wants you to be comfortable. He wants you to live a good life, because if you live a good life, you are better able to influence others. If you're happy, you can spread that happiness. If you're sad, you will spread sadness. I'm not trying to oversimplify things today, but his words are very simple. Humans are the ones that complicate their lives. They take their free will and they do everything they can to live a life as complicated as possible. Just simply be a good influence. If you know people that are lonely, contact them. Today you have social media. It's very easy to contact people. It's easy to keep in contact, and it's easy to know when people are suffering. Go to those that are suffering. Give them help. Take a moment and ask God, ask your guides to assure that you're living the life plan that has been laid out for you. Thoughts may come to you that indicate that you're not. Pray to God, asking for guidance. Try to understand your life plan. Your life plan is incredibly important. If you follow it, you'll have success when you return, and you will return. If you don't follow it, you will be making your decisions on your own. Very few people are capable of making decisions on their own that will lead them to their life plan. Prayer. Prayer is the most important thing that you can have in your life. Ask for guidance. Even if you feel you're the most important person in the world, ask for guidance. Your founding fathers continuously asked for guidance as they fought to give the freedom for the United States. Prayer, guidance, the simple following of God's words, the golden rule. Those are all simplistic things that can help you stay on your path. So I thank you for allowing me to come through today. I thank you for allowing me to speak a few words. I hope that you assess how your ego is affecting your life. It can be good, it can be bad. Those of us over here only want it to be good. We send you back to learn good. Sadly, often egos get in the way and you learn bad. So I know God is listening. I know He is going to bless all of you that ask for His help and His guidance. So goodbye, and I thank you so much for allowing me to come through. Thank you, St. James. Wonderful message. And you were truly blessed to be near our Lord. So we'll be back again next week. Next week, we're going to channel with the Archangel Hamiel. We had her on our radio show, Spirit Speak, Exploring the Afterlife. Wonderful, wonderful Archangel. She's the Archangel of Joy. So let's try to bring a little joy in your life next week, and we will look forward to speaking to you. So goodbye. God bless all of you, and thanks for listening.